Mission Impossible. It's a 1996 film that was directed by Brian De Palma, and obviously I'm sure most people, if not everybody, knows that Mission Impossible, this was based on a TV series back in, I believe, the 60s. I never watched it though, so I'm not familiar with it. I'm not going to pretend like I'm familiar with it. My knowledge comes from the movies, and like I said, this was in 1996. The plot is we meet Tom Cruise as this spy, Ethan Hunt, who him and his team at the very beginning, you see them go on this mission until, oops, they find out the hard way that they were tricked and the whole team is killed. I mean, everybody is killed and wiped out at the very beginning besides Tom Cruise, of course. And he is alone. He's freaked out. He's almost framed for this. He doesn't know what to do. He realizes that he's been betrayed by his own group, his own government. And so he has to reconfigure a new team, a new set of people with skills that can help him out and figure out who is behind this and to stop them. Now, what I think of the very first Mission Impossible movie was, I like this movie. I like it a lot, actually. I remember when I first saw it, I loved it. I thought it was really smart and really bold and took a lot of risk, especially for the time. I was very impressed with the story and everything that was going on. Going back and rewatching it is certainly interesting, not just because it's now a franchise that's lasted so long, and the newer movies are so much more action oriented and maybe have a faster pace, but I still like this movie. I still like going back and seeing that it's very much a 90s movie. Seeing Tom Cruise play this character, he plays it very different, but he is serious. You could say that there's not a whole lot of dimensions to the character maybe, but he's a character that just gets everything thrown at him and he bounces back from it. He finds a way to come out of it, and that's what makes him likable. He's resourceful, he's smart. You see the one scene where he meets with this guy at a restaurant, and that's when he figures out that he's been hacked and that he's alone. And I love how resourceful he is. He throws one of the gum bombs, which I know how that sounds. He throws it at a tank and the water goes everywhere. I like how much tension is in that scene and the way it's shot. It's a little over the top, but still I like it. I want to talk about the brand new team that he has to configure, because before I get there, I want to mention that at the very beginning, his original team is led by Jon Voight, and one of the members is Emilio Estevez, who I'm sure people know as Charlie Sheen's brother, or from how I know him, the Mighty Ducks movies. I grew up on those movies, so seeing him in this as one of the members of the team and quickly being killed in 5, maybe 10 minutes was pretty damn surprising. I like the way how that was built up. Casting him for a part like that made it even that much more surprising. Jon Voight, I'll get to him in a minute. But the new team that he goes with, that Tom Cruise collects, Jean Reno, who's French, so I don't know if I should pronounce it Jean Reno. But he's another actor that I remember seeing a whole lot of times in the 90s. He was in like every other action movie. I don't really know what happened to him today. I don't really see him anymore. I mean, he's probably older. But still, I like him. There's just something about him that's likable, so I like him in this team. I might not love what his character ends up being or becoming near the end, but still, I can't complain with him in this movie. Ving Rhames is also here. I love Ving Rhames. He screams badass black guy, like that's him. And plus, he's a character who Tom Cruise ends up being able to trust throughout this whole series. He's still a part of the series, so I think that says a lot. And then you have Emmanuel Burt, who is the female, the love interest, you could say. And I'm not going to say she's the greatest actress in the world. I'm not going to say I was blown away by her, but she's beautiful. She's gorgeous. She's European, so I can see Tom Cruise having a weakness for somebody like her. So I totally buy the way how he falls for her. And I mentioned the action. I mentioned how the later sequels are more about the action driven. But this movie, I think, has a lot of memorable scenes and moments as well. The scene where Tom Cruise has to hang like upside down from the ceiling in order to get this drive from the computer. Like, that's one of those scenes that you still remember today. I don't know if it was how great the tension was built. I don't know if it was how it was shot. And I really like that scene. I even like how this movie isn't so much like score heavy. Not every scene has this loud dramatic score that's supposed to tell you how to feel. It's sort of, the action just sort of speaks for itself. In a lot of scenes it's like quiet for the action, which is very different. But speaking of that, the end scene, the end battle where they're on the train and the plane flying through the subway, like it doesn't get crazier than that for a 90s film. And there is a plot twist. Spoiler alert, in case you haven't seen this movie. It's old enough, but still, just in case. When you find out that Jon Voight is the villain, that he faked his death, and that he's behind this whole thing, the very first time I was not so much surprised, I guess, because he is sort of a perfect villain. I get it. But I was more surprised that I bought him being killed off at the beginning. Just like, why would they have gotten Jon Voight to just kill him off in the first 5 minutes? It didn't make sense, but yet I bought it the very first time. So when he does come in, sure, you have that surprise. But I like it more so that Tom Cruise, you find out that he knew the whole time that not only was he alive, but he was behind this whole thing. So at least you have a plot twist that where if you did figure it out as the movie was going along, it's not like he was smarter than the main character. Tom Cruise knew exactly what was going on as well, thus making him as smart. Anyways, guys, again, I enjoyed this film. Let me know in the comments below, what do you think of the very first Mission Impossible movie? Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Later!